Hello friends, today we're going to explore a strange and fundamental truth about the universe. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can outrun its own speed. It sounds simple, but the deeper you look, the more your mind begins to twist. To understand this, we first need to talk about what speed limit of the universe really means. The universe, as far as we can measure, has a built-in speed limit, and that limit is the speed of light in a vacuum, approximately 299,792 kilometers per second. Nothing with mass can ever reach it, let alone exceed it. Light is like the ultimate marathon runner. No matter who is watching or how fast you yourself are moving, light always runs at the same pace. It never speeds up, it never slows down, and it never stops. Think of it like a river flowing at its maximum speed. Nothing in that river can swim faster than the current. Even the strongest fish, no matter how powerful or determined, cannot outpace it. That river is the speed limit of the universe, and all objects with mass are like fish struggling to swim faster. They can move, accelerate, and gain energy, but they cannot escape the current. The reason has to do with energy and mass. As an object with mass accelerates, it gains energy. That energy doesn't just make it faster, it also increases its mass, making it harder to accelerate further. The faster you go, the heavier you become. Trying to reach the speed of light would require infinite energy, which is literally impossible. No rocket, no amount of fuel, no matter how advanced, could ever make a spaceship reach light speed. It is a cosmic wall, unbreakable and absolute. To visualize this, imagine a car whose fuel tank shrinks every time you press the accelerator. The harder you try to go faster, the less energy you have to accelerate, and eventually it becomes impossible to move any faster. That's exactly what happens in the universe when you approach light speed. The laws of physics themselves enforce this limit. Nothing can cheat. Even photons, particles of light, which have no rest mass, are still bound by the same rule. They move at the maximum speed, but they cannot exceed it. This is not just a random limit or an arbitrary rule. It is baked into the structure of spacetime itself. It is the way the universe has chosen to operate, and all motion, all energy, all reality is constrained by it. We can see this everywhere, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. Cosmic rays, planets, stars, and light itself all obey the same speed limit. But understanding this is difficult for human intuition. In our everyday life, speeds just add up. A car moving in a truck adds its speed to the truck's speed, but light refuses to play by those rules. No matter how fast you move toward it or away from it, it still travels at the same speed. The universe does not allow it to be otherwise. Our brains evolved to understand motion in a slow speed world, not at relativistic speeds. And that is why it is so hard for us to grasp that the universe has an absolute speed ceiling, one that nothing can surpass. As we go faster and approach the speed of light, something even stranger begins to happen. Time itself starts to behave differently. This is called time dilation, and it's one of the most mind-bending predictions of Einstein's special relativity. Time is not a universal constant. It is not the same for everyone, everywhere, at all speeds. The faster you move, the slower your personal clock ticks, compared to someone who is stationary. Astronauts traveling on high-speed journeys through space will actually age slightly less than people remaining on Earth. The difference may be tiny on a daily basis, but it becomes significant at speeds approaching light. The universe has a way of protecting its speed limit by bending the flow of time itself, ensuring that nothing can ever catch up to light or exceed it. To imagine this, consider walking on a stretchy treadmill. The faster you run, the more the treadmill stretches beneath your feet. You are expending effort, but you never seem to reach the end. No matter how fast you try to run, the distance feels longer and time itself seems to resist your motion. In the universe, as objects accelerate toward the speed of light, space and time stretch in such a way that achieving the ultimate speed becomes impossible. The faster you go, the more your own perception of time slows, creating a natural barrier enforced by the cosmos. Even more perplexing is how light behaves differently from everything else with mass. In the world we are used to, velocities simply add up. If you throw a ball from a moving train, its speed is the sum of the train's speed and the ball's speed. But light refuses to obey this intuition. Whether you are moving toward a beam of light or away from it, it always travels at exactly the same speed. There is no addition, no subtraction. The speed of light is an absolute constant. This is not just a strange rule, it is the foundation of the way space-time works. Motion stretches and warps time so that the laws of the universe remain consistent for all observers, regardless of their velocity. Our brains struggle with this because evolution prepared us for a world where everything moves slowly compared to light. Day experience does not include speeds approaching hundreds of thousands of kilometers per second, so we rely on intuition that simply does not apply at these extremes. Our classical ideas of motion, causality, and even simultaneity fall apart when we try to imagine near-light speed journeys. Yet, experiments with particle accelerators, GPS satellites, and atomic clocks have repeatedly confirmed these predictions. Moving clocks do indeed tick slower, and the universe enforces its speed limit through this subtle and astonishing warping of time. The implications are profound. Every time you move, every time you observe something in motion, you are witnessing the universe subtly bending time. The cosmic speed limit is not just a number, it is a law that governs reality itself. It ensures that cause always precedes effect, that nothing with mass can outrun light, and that the structure of space-time remains consistent. Time dilation is not a trick or a mathematical curiosity, it is a fundamental feature of the universe, one that prevents chaos and keeps the cosmic order intact. It is also a reminder that reality, at extreme speeds, is far stranger than anything we encounter in daily life. The universe does not operate by our intuition, it operates by its own rules, and those rules are both beautiful and humbling. Now let's focus on the truly mind-bending fact: nothing in the universe can outrun its own speed. Not planets, not stars, not even light itself. This isn't just a statement about motion, it's a statement about the very structure of reality. Light always moves at its speed limit. No matter who observes it, no matter what reference frame you choose, its speed remains the same. If you try to chase it in a spaceship moving at half the speed of light, the light beam still speeds away at its full pace. It does not slow down for you, it does not speed up, it simply obeys the cosmic law. It's as if the universe has set an invisible ceiling that nothing can ever break. To imagine this, picture a race where every runner is tied to a personal metronome that dictates their maximum pace. Some runners have heavier shoes, some lighter, but every metronome ticks at the exact same limit, and no matter how hard you push, you cannot outrun your own rhythm. That is what the universe does with speed. The limit is enforced by time, space, and energy simultaneously. Trying to exceed the speed of light is not like hitting a wall you can crash through. It is more like trying to move through a medium that stretches infinitely as you accelerate. The faster you try to go, the more the universe conspires to keep you below the ultimate speed. Even more astonishing is how this universal speed limit ties into causality. The order of cause and effect depends on the speed limit being enforced. If anything could exceed light speed, the sequence of events could appear reversed to some observers. A signal sent faster than light could, in principle, reach its destination before it was emitted. The universe prevents this because it is bound by its own laws. By keeping the speed of light constant, space-time preserves the integrity of cause and effect across every corner of the cosmos. This is why nothing, not even the fastest particle we can imagine, can outrun its own speed. Human intuition fails here because we are accustomed to speeds far, far slower than light. In our everyday world, velocities add in a simple, linear way. A car overtakes another, a plane moves faster than the wind, and we never think twice. But at relativistic speeds, motion behaves differently. Velocities do not simply add. Time stretches, space contracts, and energy requirements skyrocket. This counterintuitive behavior is not a flaw in physics. It is a fundamental feature of the universe. It is a rule built into reality, and experiments repeatedly confirm it. Particle accelerators, GPS satellites, and atomic clocks all show the effects of time dilation and speed limits in precise detail. The deeper lesson is that the universe is remarkably consistent yet profoundly strange. Nothing can outrun its own speed because the universe has designed a balance between motion, energy, and time. Light, mass, and even the fabric of space-time itself follow this law. The limitation is absolute, unavoidable, and universal. It shapes every interaction, every movement, and every measurement we can make. It also teaches us humility. Our perceptions, rooted in a slow-moving, human-scale world, cannot fully grasp the extremes of reality. The faster we try to move, the more the universe reminds us of its laws, bending time and space to maintain order. Understanding this is not just a lesson in physics. It is a window into the profound elegance of reality. The universe is not chaotic or arbitrary. It has rules, limits, and structures that maintain its consistency. Nothing can outrun its own speed, because that would unravel the fabric of time and space itself. And the universe does not allow such chaos. It enforces the cosmic speed limit with precision, showing us that reality is stranger, deeper, and far more beautiful than our everyday intuition could ever imagine. So, what does all of this tell us about the universe and our place within it? We have seen that nothing can outrun its own speed, that time bends and stretches as objects move faster, and that light remains constant regardless of perspective. These are not mere curiosities or abstract equations. They are profound truths about the fabric of reality itself. The universe is built with rules that are both simple and unimaginably deep. Light's constancy, the cosmic speed limit, time dilation, and the relationship between motion and energy are all part of a vast, interconnected structure. Each law, each limit, is a thread in the tapestry of reality, ensuring that the universe remains coherent, orderly, and predictable at all scales, from subatomic particles to the motion of galaxies. Human intuition struggles to grasp this because we live at speeds that are incredibly slow compared to light. Every experience we have is shaped by motion far below relativistic speeds, so our brains interpret the world in linear classical ways. Yet, when we begin to understand the cosmos at its extremes, our intuition fails, and we are forced to rely on mathematics, experiments, and imagination. This is where the genius of Feynman comes in. He encouraged us to think visually, to use analogies, and to imagine the universe in new ways. To truly grasp why nothing can outrun its own speed, we must go beyond common sense and dive into the structure of space-time itself, accepting that reality behaves differently than our everyday experience suggests. The universality of the speed limit is a lesson in humility. It reminds us that the cosmos operates on scales and principles far beyond human scale, yet it is also remarkably consistent. Cause and effect are preserved, motion obeys rules, and the energy required to break these limits grows without bound. Every photon traveling across space, every particle accelerated near light speed, every planet orbiting a distant star is a demonstration of this cosmic principle. Even though we cannot see time stretch or feel space contract in our daily lives, these phenomena are occurring constantly, silently shaping the behavior of the universe. This insight also changes the way we perceive ourselves and our reality. We are not separate from these laws. We are participants within them. Each moment of motion, each journey across space, each photon of light entering our eyes obeys the same universal limit. The universe is not chaotic, but neither is it tailored to human intuition. Its beauty lies in its structure, its elegance, and the way it enforces harmony at every scale. Understanding that nothing can outrun its own speed is not just a lesson in physics, it is a reminder that the cosmos has a rhythm, a rule, and a logic that transcends our experience yet governs everything we observe. In the end, contemplating these truths leaves us with a sense of wonder and perspective. Reality is far stranger and more elegant than we can easily imagine. The cosmic speed limit, the bending of time, and the constancy of light are not obstacles, but windows into the architecture of the universe. They invite us to explore, question, and marvel at the laws that maintain cosmic order. By understanding these limits, we glimpse a universe that is coherent, deeply interconnected, and astonishingly beautiful. Nothing can outrun its own speed, and in that limitation lies a profound lesson. The universe is boundless in its mystery, precise in its order, and far more incredible than our imagination alone could ever capture. When we take a step back and look at the universe through this lens, we begin to see a picture that is both simple and astonishingly complex. The cosmic speed limit is not just a restriction. It is a principle that holds together the entire fabric of reality. It affects how energy moves, how matter interacts, and how time unfolds. It is the silent rule that ensures stability in a universe that could otherwise descend into chaos. Without this limit, causality could collapse. Events could happen before their causes. Information could travel backward in time. And the very structure of space, time could unravel. Yet, thanks to this principle, the universe remains orderly, predictable, and remarkably consistent across scales that we can observe, and even across extremes that we cannot. The idea that nothing can outrun its own speed challenges our everyday perceptions. On Earth, our intuition tells us that motion is simply speeds can add. Faster objects can overtake slower ones, and there are no absolute limits. But at cosmic scales, these intuitions fail. When velocities approach the speed of light, our classical ideas break down. Time slows, space stretches, and energy requirements become prohibitive. The universe enforces a cosmic consistency, a built-in safeguard that maintains the relationship between cause and effect and prevents contradictions in the laws of physics. This is not a limitation imposed arbitrarily. It is a natural consequence of the geometry of space, time itself. There is a philosophical elegance to this. The universe operates with precision and balance, yet it is profoundly counterintuitive to human experience. By understanding that nothing can outrun its own speed, we gain a deeper appreciation for the underlying order of reality. Every photon of light traveling billions of kilometers across space, every particle accelerated in a laboratory, every planet orbiting a distant star demonstrates this principle. It is not something that only applies in theory or mathematics. It manifests constantly everywhere in ways both subtle and grand. Reality is enforcing its own rules, and we are participants within this structure, bound by the same laws, subject to the same cosmic logic. This principle also changes the way we think about exploration, discovery, and the limits of human knowledge. We may dream of traveling at faster than light speeds, of moving beyond known limits, but the universe reminds us that such fantasies confront fundamental truths. We are explorers not of defiance but of understanding. By accepting the cosmic speed limit, we open the door to deeper questions. How does time behave under extreme conditions? What is the nature of energy at the edge of relativity? How does the fabric of space, time respond to motion and gravity? Each question leads to new insights and invites curiosity that is rooted in observation, experimentation, and careful reasoning. Ultimately, recognizing that nothing can outrun its own speed invites a profound sense of humility and awe. The universe is vast, intricate, and governed by rules that are invisible but absolute. Its limits are not flaws, they are expressions of a deeper harmony, a cosmic order that connects all motion, all matter, and all time. The speed of light, the bending of time, and the structure of space are not arbitrary. They are the framework that allows reality to function consistently and beautifully. Understanding this gives us not only knowledge but perspective. It shows that the universe is stranger and more elegant than we can fully imagine, and that our role is not to defy its laws, but to explore them, marvel at them, and learn from them. In that realization, we come closer to seeing the universe not just as a collection of objects and forces, but as a coherent, astonishingly intricate whole where every speed, every moment, and every event is bound together by the ultimate speed limit that nothing, not even light itself, can surpass.